Shalom. Kal Halal Yahweh Bashem Hamashak Yahweh Shai Bashem Rakak Kadash. I pray to the Lord of Israel Yahweh and His only begotten Son Hamashak Yahweh Shai and His Holy Spirit Rakak Kadash. I pray to the Lord of Israel. Amen. What does the white man, the so-called white man, and his followers, who are the witches and warlocks, according to their thinking, what do they think about the second coming of the Lord? What do they think according to their mind? Well, we don't know what they are thinking about, but the Lord and the Ruach HaKodesh tells us spiritually what they're thinking about through the scriptures. We have the proven facts in the scriptures, in the Bible. These so-called white people, in their mind, the Lord is able to get them spiritually because they can astral project outside of their body and curse regions, curse people, so on and so forth. They, whenever they astral project outside of their body, they can see that the Lord is torturing them spiritually. Okay, and torture their Satan demons. As soon as somebody pray, then their demons and their evil spirits and these so the witches and warlocks, they get tortured spiritually, and there is nothing they can do about it. So in their mind, they think, oh, you know what? The one, they're referring to the Lord, and the one's servants, who are the angels, sure, they can get us spiritually, but in the second coming, we will get them physically with our weapons, with our nuclears, with our tanks, with our jets, with our with our weapons, so on and so forth, and we will get them with our police, with our military, and some of them, like those who are like the buff, the tough guy, like those who are like they got like the bodybuilder, like those who are like the strong ones, whatever, they think they will be able to protect their own selves against Yahweh Bashim, Yahushua Bashim Kakadash, because in their mind, sure, the one can get us spiritually, but we will get him physically. And whenever they astral project outside of their body, they know Satan cannot protect them. And see, even physically, when the second coming, they know Satan won't be able to protect them against Yahweh Bashim, won't be able to save them against Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. They know that. They know that Satan won't be able to save them from the Lord's hand. They know that. So they're completely hopeless when it comes to Satan. They're truly hopeless in Satan and the demons to save them from the Lord's hands. But they possess false hopefulnesses. They possess false hopefulness in their weapons, in their jets, in their tanks, in their nuclears, in their rocket launchers, right? And their M4s and their M16s, right? And they got also false hope in their military and police, and they got false hope in their own selves, that their own selves and their weapons right, and their military and police will be able to save them from the Lord's hands. That's what they believe in. Okay, because they think the Lord can only get them spiritually, but the Lord cannot get them physically. And since they're unable to take their weapons with their physical weapons with them in the spiritual realm, they think that when the Lord comes in the physical realm, they think they will be able to use their physical weapons like nuclears, rocket launchers, so on and so forth, and tanks against Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, to destroy the Lord, because they're carnal. And they're not only carnal, but it just, they think that the Lord can only get them spiritually, but the Lord cannot get them physically, because when the second coming of the Lord, when He comes and attack them to put them in slavery, they think with their weapons and with their tanks and with their rocket launchers and with their nuclear weapons, they think they will be able to destroy the Lord. That's what they think. And not only that, they just and how are they going to protect their own selves, defend themselves? By attacking the Lord before the Lord attacks them, and they're going to attack the Lord instead of the Lord attacks them. That's what they think. Okay, but the Lord is going to attack them, and the Lord is going to destroy the hell out of them, and there is nothing they can do about it. And always remember, physical power is nothing compared to spiritual powers, and there is nothing they can do about it other than shut up and take it. Okay, and they completely falsely, they're completely truly hopeless in Satan, but they're falsely hopeful in their military, in their own selves, in their police, in their weapons, nuclear weapons, rocket launchers, tanks, so on and so forth, right? They're falsely hopeful in that. Now us, the chosen ones, if we are hopeless, we're falsely hopeless in the Lord, because we don't got faith strong, or like they say our faith is not as strong, or like they say we completely don't got faith, then we are basically falsely hopeless. But if we possess faith in the Lord, if we believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Kakash, that the Lord will be able to take care of everything, and the Lord will always win the war, and we put our complete hope and faith and believe and power in Yahweh Bashim Hamashak Yahushua Bashim Kakash, then we will become truly hopeful in the Lord, instead of falsely hopeless in the Lord. Our enemies, they're falsely hopeful in their weapons, in their military, in their police, in their own selves, right? So they're falsely hopeful in their own selves, in their military, in their police, in their weapons, and they're truly hopeless in Satan and the demons, because they know Satan and demons they cannot even protect their own selves. Okay, because remember, there are weak demons, there are strong demons. Now Jake, the Crips and Bloods, they join gangs and they worship Satan. They think by them worshiping Satan, they're going to be casting spells and curses against the so-called white man, because they think the so-called white man is a Christian. But the so-called white man, if you're a gangster or a new ager, you got the weak and stupid types of demons. And if you send them against the so-called white man to attack the so-called white man, the white man is possessed, controlled by the strong and smart types of demons, because the so-called white man is a career criminal, or could be career criminal, who's also something else in the position of power. He's a high level of Satanist. Okay, so if you can become a gangster or a new ager and put curses against the so-called white man, the so-called white man is going to have protection by the strong demons against your weak demons. So the only way to destroy the so-called white man is you need to believe in Yahweh Bashim Hamashak Yahweh Shai Bashim Rakakadash, and send angels and send Yahweh Shai and send Yahweh. You don't even need to send Yahweh Shai and Yahweh. You can literally send the angels and take care of the so-called white man, in the bad way of course, and destroy the so-called white man, and destroy the so-called white man's demons, and destroy the so-called white man's followers. Okay, because remember, there are weak demons, there's strong demons, and there's the angels. The angels are stronger than both weak and strong demons. The angels are stronger than all demons. And there's Yahweh Shai, who's stronger than the angels, and there's Yahweh, who's stronger than Yahweh Shai. So as long as you believe in Yahweh Bashim Hamashak Yahweh Shai Bashim Kakadash, you got more than what you need in order to destroy the enemy. But if you don't believe, then you are effed, you're screwed, and you are destroyed. In advance, I tell you that you're going to be destroyed in advance. Okay, and you're screwed. But once you believe, there's nothing can stop you. You got the Father Yahweh, you got the Son Yahweh Shai, you got the angels, you got protection, and you can attack the enemy as well. Not only defense, not only you don't only got the you don't only got how to say it. You cannot only wage defensive protections against the enemy, but you can wage offensive attacks against the enemies. So you got the Lord who fight on your behalf against your enemies, defensively, protection, and offensively attack the enemy. And you got the angels, and you got Yahweh Shai, and you got Yahweh. But trust me, even if you only got the angels, the job will be done 900, if anywhere from 995 to 999%, the job will get done if you got the angels. Because the angels, like if you bring 1,000 wars, they win 995 wars to 999 wars, they win against the demons. More than 95% of the time, 95 to 99% of the time, even more than that, they win against the demons. The angels, they will get the job done almost every single time. Almost every single time. They do make mistakes, unfortunately, but they are much more powerful than the demons. Not much more powerful, like they're regularly more powerful than the demons. They're not a little bit more powerful than the demons, and they're not way more powerful than the demons. No, Yahweh Shai is way more powerful than the demons, and Yahweh is insanely way more powerful than the demons. But the angels, they're stronger than the demons. They're stronger than the strong demons. They're more powerful than the strong demons. Not by a little bit, but also not by a lot. So hopefully that was edifying. قال حلال يهوى باشم حماشاك يهوى شاي باشم ساقدا. Shalom.